Hello and welcome. This video is the raw footage from my Twitch streams. I decided to make these available to anyone who wants to go back and watch the games from the beginning. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to join us on Sundays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Time on Twitch at the link in the description. Thank you and enjoy!
Hello all, hi and welcome, and yay! It looks like the microphone is in fact working this time. I apologize, my avatar may be a little wonky. I am working on the best way of setting up lighting for my new situation, because I have now moved. Hi Wave, welcome in. The move was stressful and all of my stuff is now in boxes all around me. Um, very little is actually put away. I do have some of my laundry put away, so there's that. Yay! Um, and my jewelry is in fact all put away, so I don't have to worry about that. Hello all! Hi 4G, hi Pika. How am I doing? I'm stressed. um, but on the plus side, my system does appear to be working today, which is an improvement over yesterday. It took restarting the computer is how I fixed it. Because apparently this computer doesn't like the headphones to be plugged in after the computer starts. So as long as you plug them in beforehand, it auto registers them. Yay! Things you learn. I feel like it'd be a little insensitive to say what's new. Ha ha ha! Well, what's new? I've got a new house. Well, I say house. I'm living in an apartment. But it's an apartment that's only a couple hundred square foot smaller than my original house, so ha ha ha, not bad. But stupidly expensive because everything is now stupidly expensive. Um, it's summer break now. Yay! Hi, Will. And I've got one daughter who is fairly introverted and enjoys playing with her toys by herself, and I've got one who can't sit still for more than 2 minutes at a time. How much is rent? Well, right now rent is about 2,500 Canadian a month. So it's pretty bad. 25, 26, it's up there. But the thing is for where we're living, that's less than average for a two-bedroom over 1,000 square feet. Yeah, things are that bad. Um, a two-bedroom over 1,000 square feet average in the area I'm in is something like 2,800 a month. So, and somehow I'm supposed to start paying student loans on top of all of that in like 6 months. Shit. Yeah, right. The politicians have to be dreaming. Like, it's impossible to live on what they're saying. Yes, I said 2,500 a month. And that's not including the bike rental or the bike locker fee, which was a flat $20 total. And then, of course, the monthly fee of $50 for a storage unit. And if we wanted to have a car, that would be another 75 a month. Thankfully, the bus system here is pretty robust, especially in the area we're in. So we don't have to have a car. But yeah. Welcome to in stage capitalism. There are ways we could fix it, but we're not going to because the people who have money aren't willing to share it, and well, that's about the only way to fix this. Will can vouch that it's a decent deal for the area. Yeah, it's bad here. Um, which is why I need my husband to have a job. I need all thoughts and prayers sent towards my husband having a job, because my part-time job is not gonna cut it at all. My part-time job doesn't even make $1,000 a month. It sucks. But it gets me out of the house and dealing with people who aren't under the age of 5. So let's be honest, that's the real reason I continue to do my part-time job, is social interaction that does not revolve around kids. As much as I love mine, occasionally you just need to talk to adults. Which is hilarious since I work in a essentially a toy store. You used to have a 2-bed, 700 square foot in a basement for 2450. Ugh. Yeah, I mean we had a 350 square foot. It was called an apartment because it was technically 2 rooms. It had the main room, and then off the main room it had um, a hallway that had a kitchen, a bar, and a closet for the toilet and a closet for the shower. And we paid 1,800 a month for that. So yeah, it's about 1761 a month in US dollars. Yeah, it's expensive. It would be like living in Dallas or New York or Chicago, and not in the high end areas around there. And I'm not in a high end area around here either. I'm in the arts district. Well, almost the arts district. I'm just off one of the arts districts. So, yeah. But that's what's new around here. Oh, and my computer setup is completely opposite the way it was. And for some, talking to adults is very, very important. Love my kids too, but oh, yeah. Adult conversation is required, or you can literally feel your brain leaking out your ears. I have one question for everybody to ask their architect friends. Why don't living rooms have lighting at all? So right now, the only thing lighting my face for my camera to see is my ring light. And I should technically have light behind me and light in front of me for this thing to work at optimum, but that's not happening, which is why the facials are a little odder today than they normally are. Because I'm sitting in a 150-foot square great room, and the closest light is the dining room. Because there is no light here. And we are late enough that while there is still twilight outside, it isn't actual light. Yeah. Ayana, I didn't ignore you. Welcome in. Just seeing my Discord message is fine. You're not late. As is obvious by the fact that we are still in chat mode. Um, Actually, honestly, Pika, we left the States. I am from very, 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 very south of the US. Um, I do not like the cold. I do not like the snow. But due to the stupidity that is the politicians, we decided that our best course of action would be to find a way out. So yeah, we moved. Then there are the days that the adults you talk to are worse than dealing with 5-year-olds. You just lost audio? You can't have. My thing is still showing audio. Please don't tell me everyone else has lost audio too. Oh, good. Um, Thankfully, at the job I'm at, I actually don't have to deal with that as much as I've had to in the past. Um, Even though we are a game store, it's very. People are fairly respectful. So. It's definitely. I actually probably dealt with worse at my old job, answering phones for an insurance company, than I'm dealing with now. Will's comment, this is why I'm single. I actually got very lucky. I very much like the man I'm with. He does a lot for me, um, and my family. Our family dynamic is kind of odd because everybody talks about um, how the husband does the work around the house and fixes the cars, um, and the wife does the cooking and the cleaning and the gardening. No, 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 no. I handle some of the cleaning. My husband handles other portions of the cleaning because I don't touch the kitchen practically at all. So the kitchen is entirely my husband's domain, as is the gardening because I can't keep plants alive. It is an impossibility for me to keep plants alive. I can kill English ivy. And if ask any gardener friend you know, it's an impossibility to kill English ivy. I've done it 4 times. And nearly taken out a foxfern. I did actually get that one to someone before I completely wiped it out. On the other hand, my dad only had 2 girls. So, fixing the cars and taking care of any work around the house that needs to be done is entirely my job. So, yeah. Our family dynamic is odd, weird, but it works for us. Oh, I'm very well aware. It's just really, really obnoxious when walking into your local automotive store and saying you need an extender for a wrench. And they're like, do you even know what you're talking about? Yes, I asked you for the specific part I needed. Where are the extenders for the wrenches? And they're like, well, we don't know. We have no idea what part you're talking about. I go over to their section that has all of their wrenches. And you know what I find? The extender for the wrench. Called extender. Like, And then you walk into a automotive shop and you're like, your car. I literally told them, my car's not working. I can't tell you what's wrong with it, but it's not running right. I know it's not running right. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't sound right. It's not running right. They're like, well, it's not showing any problems for us, and and we're not seeing the issues you're having. Thankfully, that time, actually, I took that car back to that automotive mechanic 3 times. Um, and the third time we drove to the gas station that was practically shared the same parking lot with that mechanic. And I put gas in the car and I went to crank it and it refused to crank. And so, without doing anything else or causing any other problems, I ran back over to the mechanic and grabbed him over and showed him that it refused to crank. And he's like, but it worked. Like, everything was functioning. There's nothing wrong. I'm like, tell that to the car. It's not starting. Unfortunately, getting anything that you're looking for is entirely dependent upon your own knowledge. Yeah, but it shouldn't necessarily be. Like, if someone walks into my store, I may not know everything that's in my store, but I know how to look for what it is. If something if somebody says something that I don't know the name of, I can ask them to describe it and I can come up with something similar in most cases. Or I can say definitively, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have anything like that here. 9 times out of 10, I can even say you can go to this store here and they'll have it, or they're more likely to have it. Um, so not knowing is more of a failing on the person working than it is on anything else. You should know your stuff if you're going to work. It doesn't. I guess part of it is I'm very passionate about where I'm working. I'm passionate about games. I'm passionate about collecting toys and cards and things like that because I've been doing it most of my life. So there's part of it. But you should. Yeah. Hi, welcome to my rant. 100% agree. Know things. If you don't know things, find out things. Like, yeah, I will never work at a makeup shop, but mostly because I can't wear makeup. But if I was going to work at a makeup shop, I would learn makeup. Although I do actually already know a fair bit about it just because I'm a theater kid. But it's a case of what I know is theater makeup and not regular makeup. So I would take the time to learn the skill I needed to help people with this. I don't understand the mentality of I'm just here, standing here to look pretty. Now, I admit, there are things that I could do that are above and beyond at my job that I don't because they don't pay me enough. But I feel that basic knowledge of what's in my store and what the major fandoms are, even if we don't have them, is basic knowledge, people. Okay, let's go tidy a library. That's why we're all here. Is to tidy up this library. What am I even doing? What do I have in my hand? The Hunter's Archery Manual, Management Administration of Magical Institutions, Volume 8, and The Labor Reality of Mages, Unpaid and Unprotected Interns. Wow. Kinda sounds like... This is number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay! Art of Illusion. Summoning Circles. Illusion. I think these are even the same set. They are! Ha ha ha! Do we see any more of this set? No, but that's a math book. And that's an archery book. Yeah, I know. This library, like... Once you get into it, you're like, I can't just leave this. It desperately, desperately is in need of fixing. Oh, that's not where it goes. Ha ha ha! Math section. This should be management then. Nope. Oh, fiddlesticks. I gotta go look at the map. I've forgotten where things are. And there's keys around here somewhere. Where's management? Management, 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 management. 2F. You found all the magic? Where's 2F? There's 2F. This doesn't go here? Where does this go? You know what? Dump it in a corner. I'll figure it out later. Ooh, math book. Archery. The idea of equality under the law is laughable. I mean, they're probably not wrong, but it's very depressing. Oh. I should probably get the stuff out of here. What's that? Alchemy. Detective the Reaper? Okay. Mass mana equivalence. Illusions, illusions, illusions. Compendium of Forbidden Relics? And Studies in History, Stellar Archery. Let's go put the archery books away. This thing's really picky about where they go, isn't it? You have all the keys this time, so you're working on leveling up the others? Where do illusions go? Nope. First floor. Illusion is one eye. Yes. Okay, so illusions is there. And then Divine Dragon Summoning. Does that go under Monsterology or Summoning Magic? I guess I will try Summoning Magic? So, 1 I, 1 J, and 1 G. I think. Ha. Oh, magic histories, go away. I'll deal with you later. Illusions. Yeah, the game is straight up affordable. It's I was actually really surprised when it came out, and I'm very glad. Ha! It goes under summoning spells. Seers. Prophecy. How to change drawn art into reality? That is not prophecy. More math. Yeah, I'll gather math too. Summoning. Tarot. Prophecy. Summoning. Math book. That's how to change drawn art into reality. That's alchemy. Summoning. Ooh, math book. I love how the math books look practically the same as math books on Earth. That double color change is kind of a dead giveaway. I'm stuck. Ugh. Astrology and divination is right there. Yay! Right in front. Math, math, math. Oh my god, why are all these books on this shelf? I don't know about anybody else, but this gives me slight anxiety just looking at this thing. It needs cleaning badly. It is in fact worse than my house, because everything in my house is in boxes. Which means I can't find anything. But I also can't see it, so out of sight, out of mind? Isn't that how that works? I know, I know. I should probably be a little more caring about not being able to find anything in my house right now, but if I care too much, I'm just gonna go mad. I'm already going crazy because you think you've got... Does it let you make stacks of books on the floor? I mean, I know you can toss things off, so I don't know that you can make a nice cube, but you could always toss them into a corner and make piles and go back to them. I know. I got this key. What does this key do for me? To librarian. Listen to me. We have a situation. A very unexpected, very messy situation in the Grand Library. It's total chaos. And you know who's behind it? A fairy. That nasty, mischievous fairy. It has turned our magnificent library into a disaster zone. It's a disgrace, frankly. But I'm a man of solutions. I see a problem, and I solve it. Like nobody else can. Really? That's your choice of language? So, for this emergency only, I am giving immediate and unconditional permission to jump within the Grand Library. Normally, jumping is forbidden in library. We have rules. We have tastes. But the rules are changing because I say so. This executive order is for the librarian. You need to jump high, you need to move big, and you need to fix this chaos immediately. So get to jumping. Jump like a winner. We're going to save this library, and we're going to do it now. With all due urgency, Principal Merlin, University of Celeste Hall. I'm not sure he has his priorities straight. But nobody asked my opinion, so... No? Ah! That's why. No! I want that one there. Ugh. You're so high up there. The theory of everything. Arcane glyphs and pattern theory. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that I absolutely suck at math, some of these sound interesting. I mean, and that's not even completely true. I once had the ability, once was given the opportunity to learn an alternative form of math. Yes, I know. Not the alternative form that the US education system is dealing with now. No, the one I'm talking about actually taught you how to do math essentially backwards. And it worked better for my brain, but because I couldn't show the teachers how I was doing it, they wouldn't let me continue it, and so my interest and love in anything math related kind of died. There's also the fact that I have dyscalculia. For those of you who don't know what dyscalculia is, it is where numbers switch themselves around in my brain, so I do not read them in the correct order. I know I have this, so I double check my math religiously and carefully. But it does make doing math significantly harder when your brain just does not process numbers in the correct order. And the thing is I realized this not by taking any test, but because I refuse to use bookmarks. I don't like them, I don't like the way they feel, I don't like the way they make my book feel. So what would happen is I would memorize what my pages were. And I quickly realized that if I had more than one maybe two numbers, I inherently memorized them in the wrong order. My brain wasn't reading them correctly. So I learned how to unscramble what my brain had memorized. But yeah, that was an absolute pain in the butt to figure out why I couldn't get back to the pages that I knew I'd memorized. And that I had absolutely read. So yeah. I'm trying to be methodical about this and I'm not sure it's working. Alright. Ha ha ha, one more. Oh! I'm full. Okay. I think this one goes here? Oh good. I was right. Temporal magic chaos theory. Well. I hope I'm right that this goes here. Nope. Fine. Ditch it. I'll figure out where it goes later. Structural analysis of forces. Oh, okay. Management? I didn't mean to pick up a management book. Oh well. Does the forging and using of magic bows, do you think it goes in the archery section or into the enchanting section? No, management goes here? Yes. Archery? Question mark. Yeah, that's the $100 question, isn't it? Archery. Archery. Well, they're near the archery section. That would make sense. Arrows of the Shattered Knee. Everyone's Elvish. The graceful speech of the... Yeah, I can't say anything. At one point in time, I was studying Quenya, which is, of course, Tolkien's High Elvish. Why? Because I'm weird and not normal, and I got bored. Actually, that is exactly why. Actually, that's why I've done a lot of things over the years, is I'm not normal and I got bored. Has anybody else done anything absolutely off the wall while they were bored out of their mind? Alchemy. Army of the Dead, no. Collection of chanted verses? Cool. No, that is not what I wanted to do. Give me that. Archery books. I'm looking for archery books. Well, and math books. Can never have enough math books. Why can't this stuff be easily found? I guess that would defeat the purpose of the game. Oh, I've got 10 books now. I have to keep an eye on that. Alright. The art of the stories. Don't have that one yet. Don't have that one yet. Don't. Nope. 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 Okay, so all of these are now new series. Or not? Grand Compendium of Archery. Oh. I wonder what's in the Grand Compendium of Archery. Does it go over every archery style ever created? And I will admit, I do not know as much about archery as I know about sword work. And I know probably more than a healthy amount of that. That's one of those things that... Oh no, don't get me wrong. Archery is cool. But as a stage combat artist, archery was never one of my one of the things I studied. Throwing knives, yes. Also love throwing knives. And bayonets. But, it's led me to know far more about sword work, swordplay, and knife work than about archery. I do know how... Yeah, I'm just glad that there are now... Nowadays there are more schools of sword art, of stage combat sword art. So we're actually teaching people how to do it as opposed to just tossing people out and there you go, don't die. Which is honestly how swordplay was done on stage for a long time, was people who knew how to do sword work, legitimate sword work, were modifying it and things like that, and people got hurt, like seriously hurt. Having combat classes that are geared specifically towards the stage is actually a pretty new thing. I got into it because I enjoyed being on stage, and I've enjoyed different forms of martial arts over the years, so it just kind of happened that I got into it. Actually, one of the first characters I played was a fighting nun. That was fun. Even had a boot dagger for a while, until someone stole it. Bastards. Because that stuff's not cheap to replace. Stage combat weaponry is incredibly expensive. And you're like, it would be cheaper than buying a sword for that's a live steel sword. No, no, not necessarily. Because do you know the difference between a stage combat weapon and a live steel sword? Just the edge. In most cases, I say that. There are actually cases where the swords for stage combat are made out of aluminum. In which case you're actually probably going to be paying more for them because they are easier to screw up. So it actually takes more work to get them right. as opposed to just a straight carbon steel weapon. Unfortunately, when I moved, none of my weaponry came with me, so I don't have it. It's all back with my parents. That being said, I do still plan on teaching my daughters using sticks and such around the area so that they can learn the basics. A, because it's good exercise. B, it's a lot of fun. And C, it still shares the same basic principles with your standard martial arts, so if need be, they can transfer the skills over to a different form of martial arts. Ooh! Ability list. Press tab button to open ability list and unlock new abilities. Earn points based on the total number of bookshelf rows that have been completed. The page on the right displays detailed description of each ability. Press a major ability icon to spend points to level up. Cool. High jump. Well, I got one of the minor magics. That's nice. Sort. Automatically arranges the books in your possession in numerical order. Okay. Shelf guide. Highlights the correct bookshelf for the topmost book you are holding. Guides you to its proper location. Insight. A magic spell using the topmost book as the base to cause all books with the same series to glow. Ooh. That one looks nice and that one looks nice. What's this one? Auto shelving. A magic spell that instantly shelves the books in your hand. It is effective only on the bookshelf targeted by the crosshair at the time of activation. If there are no matching books in hands, the spell will not activate. And a symbol. Based on the topmost book you are currently holding, books that are in the same series will gather into your hand. Ooh. But I think shelf guide is slightly more important right now. So we are going to go with shelf guide. Because if I don't have to think about where stuff goes, it'll be a lot faster to get it all put away. Alright. Philosophy! Holy magic. Fiction. Philosophy. I'm looking for philosophy and holy magic right now. Holy magic. I think therefore I am. I hope that's philosophy? I can't imagine it being anything else. Woohoo, this one's right here. Healing, healing, healing. Holy magic. Oh, it ran out of time. But healing! Yay! Oh look, philosophy. I think therefore I am, and oh no, this one belongs here. Just not there. Or not. Okay. Where's that one supposed to go? Oh. Apparently holy magic and healing magic are in completely different sections. Okay. Philosophy. 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 That is... one branch of study that I don't understand. Although I will be quite honest, I don't understand humans for the most part. Their reasoning and logic for a lot of things just fully and wholly escapes me. Nope. It should go here, right? Okay, it does. No. Holy magic. No, I don't want holy magic. I do want philosophy at this point. Just philosophy. Or math. I'll take math, actually. There were a couple of math books over here. Oh. Full deck! How high can I jump? I can jump that high. Brilliant. Geometry of circles. Always fun. Get over here. Holy death. Teaching great philosophers. Oh, my hands are full. Oh, philosophy is downstairs. Ha! I can jump without being hurt. That is holy magic, not philosophy. Oh, fiddlesticks. Where's philosophy? Upstairs. I was right. This is what happens when you get ahead of yourself. Absolute wrong place. think, therefore I am. Whoa, no, wrong place. There we go. Yay! Philosophy of man, another philosophy of the other self. Good. Introduction to Magical Determinism, Spell Causality, and the Philosophy. Oi! Healing. Healing. Transfiguration. Holy magic. Oh, philosophy. Philosophy. Holy magic. Handy kitchen recipes. I wonder if they can help someone like me who can't cook. And we're not even talking about a minor inability to cook. Like, I can burn boiling water. Can and have burned boiling water. Now, I have not burned down a house, nor have I set the kitchen on fire. So, there's that. I'm not sure how high of a bar that actually is, but it's what I have. I will take it. Healing, holy magic, philosophers. I'm good at baking fish. I am alright at baking fish. To be fair, I have not actually properly tried to cook fish in years at this point. I don't know what would happen. It's holy magic. Holy magic. So white books with gold are holy magic. Good to know. Sacred barriers, holy magic. At least I assume holy magic. I hope I'm assuming correctly. As we all know, assuming is a problem. Alright. Holy magic is over here. Oh, I've got to remove stuff off this shelf. The 4 principles? Okay. Whatever you are, go away. Excuse me. Really? Oh, that's the 4 principles of healer's ethic, not holy magic. Okay, fine. Be that way. Healing, healing, healing. Okay, these go over here in the healing section. Alright. Thank you. Yes, that sneezing was incredible. What is that? Illusions. 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 A Midsummer Night's Sweet Dream. Okay. So, of all of Shakespeare's play, that is in fact Midsummer is in fact my least favorite. And that entirely stems from my college one of my college classes. It was a Shakespeare appreciation class. And one of the things we had to do was watch different plays. And the play I was assigned was Midsummer Night's Dream. And the specific show that I was assigned was one done by the Royal Shakespeare Company. This particular one is set up so that the whole thing is a young boy's dream. Now, by young boy, I mean 10, 12 years old. Please do remember what Midsummer Night's Dream is all about. Then take into effect that they used an obscene number of umbrellas. And that Titania and Bottom got into it on in a giant pink umbrella. It broke my brain, honestly. I can't. I just can't. Now that being said, some of my favorite plays are Shakespeare. I love Much Ado About Nothing. And I love Twelfth Night. I also like Taming of the Shrew. I much prefer his comedies to his tragedies. Although, I do like Hamlet if it's done right. If you've not gotten the chance, I highly, highly recommend going and looking up the version of Hamlet performed by David Tennant. It is quite good. I prefer the versions of Hamlet where Hamlet is pretending to be cuckoo, as opposed to the ones where the actors are actually playing him as if he has gone crazy. Just personal preference. And then for Much Ado About Nothing, There is one where, and I'm afraid I don't know Donna Noble from the actress's name. I should. I don't. But David Tennant and her act across each other in that version of it, which is amazing. And then there is another version where Keanu Reeves actually plays the bad guy. Highly recommend that one too. They're both a lot of fun. But my favorite, absolute favorite Shakespeare play is Cymbeline. Most people, and it's incredibly hard to find Cymbeline performed in its entirety. It is long. Cymbeline uncut is something like 6 hours, which modern audiences just aren't interested in, which is a pity. So there's that. So you're not really going to find it performed anywhere. Highly recommend reading it, though. It is not only one of my favorite plays, it is one of my favorite books. Not my all-time favorite books. Those actually belong to a set of books by Tamara Pierce, The Trickster's Choice and The Trickster's Queen. Or I guess Trickster's Choice and Trickster's Queen. They are... But those are set in... To understand those books, you actually have to go back to some of her earlier ones. Starting with The Song of the Lionesses Quartet. But then I highly recommend everything, most of the stuff she's written. The Circle of Magic series and the Circle Opens are pretty good. The ones after that in the Circle series aren't great. However, everything set in Tortall so far has been amazing. And I know because I've read it all. In fact, I own 95% of it. I'm only missing like 3 books. And you say 3 books could be a lot of books. Yes, it could be, except most of the book series she's written have been quartets. So 4 books. Oh, no, that one's in the wrong spot. And all I'm missing from the Tortall series is the latest 2. In that she's written, and then the one that is a compilation of stories that are just little tiny side stories inside of Tortall. Not even necessarily dealing with the main characters, which is kind of cool. You get to see the backgrounds and lives of some of the secondary characters in that set. It's a lot of fun. Holy books. Holy books. Healing. Earth magic. Philosophy. Illusions. But I am, this time, dealing with healing. And holy magic. That's what I want. Healing and holy magic. I cannot wait until I get a few more of these bookshelves filled. I would love to just be able to press a button and have books jump into my hand. That would be awesome! The Psychology of backseat gaming. I got news for you. Sometimes you don't have any other choice. I ended up doing a lot of backseat gaming as a kid because I didn't own the gaming system. So I either had to watch someone else play or yell at them that they were doing it wrong. Or both. There was a lot of both, honestly. Oh, holy power. Healing. The Grand Compendium of Healing Magic. Comprehensive. No more healer diff, a comprehensive guide. Yeah, I honestly quit playing healers in online games just because dealing with other people made it not worth it. I tried for a while playing a healer, but I just... It's frowned upon if you let your partners just suffer. Even if they're doing stupid stuff and ignoring what you're telling them. Psychology. Seer's Journal. Strange technology from another world. The ultimate language, C++. I'm not sure that C++ is the ultimate language, but sure, we'll go with that. There are worse options. There are defunct options. They worship an invisible entity known as Wi-Fi. Oh, that's great. Ooh, math book. Oh, there's another one of the Wi-Fi books. And another math book. Grand Compendium of Magic Jurisprudence. I wonder if that's as dry as our law books are. I can't imagine it's a fascinating read. I wish law books weren't as boring as they are, because law is very important and we should all know some, and it's just really hard to get through law books. They make it as complicated and convoluted as they possibly can on purpose. Ha! You can stand on the table and jump up to the upper shelves. Yay! Oh, math books. Mana equations. All right. Oh, that one's downstairs. Psychology, psychology. Oh, I lost the plot. Other self. Philosophy of self and other. Sorry. Not other self. Self and other. Okay. Let's pull... books for downstairs. Yeah, the illusion can come downstairs. Illusion. Oh, they're in such stacks. Oh, that one can come. Alright. Illusion magic is over here. Where's illusion magic? Ah. Other direction. Did I toss a book? Alright. Oh, nope. I've already got that one. Over here. Here we go. Alright, Sacred Barriers. Volume 8. Grand Compendium Healing Magic, Seer's Journal, Healing Magic. Okay. So these go over here in the Healing Magic section. These are Seer's Journals. I think I should clean off this bookshelf. Philosophy, healing, weapons, economics, the Bard's Book of Spells, and Book of Spells Dimension Rifts. Okay. Where am I going? Oh, great and powerful thing. Oh, and I'm out of time. Well, I know where the holy spells go, so we'll try there. And this is philosophy. That's upstairs. I don't think I have any of these out yet, so 1, 2. Come on, come on, come on. Please, oh please, light back up. hit the ceiling. I think it goes here. Yes. Ha ha ha! I remembered correctly. I wasn't sure about that. Alchemy, management, ecology pyramid of monsters. I was right, that one does go here. Field guide to monsters. Everyone's dwarvish. Alchemy. Draconic. Spell chanting. Oh my god, how many books are on this shelf? And I'm already out of time? Oof. Management. No idea. No idea. Language. I believe goes back here. Ha ha ha. Potions. Dwarvish. I still don't have... Oh! I know where this one goes. Yay! Potions? Oh well, I guess I'm gonna have to go look it up. Potions, 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 potions. Alchemy and potions making. Alright. I didn't realize alchemy and potions making were the same thing, but sure. We'll go with that. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. Even if they are silly rules. Because, like, I get a say in it. Since I have all of these right here, I'm just gonna pick them all up. One of them's a romance novel. I don't know where romance novels go. I'm not sure I meant to pick up a romance novel. Do-do-do-do. Bestiary components, dungeon creatures. I'm hoping that goes where I think it goes. Alchemy. No. Oh my god, why is finding stuff you want to get so hard? Anyway, alchemy. Here? Oh, good. This should, I hope, go here. No? Up there? Why? Monsters are down. I don't understand this library sorting. Alright. Prophecies. I know this one goes here. Somewhere. Do-do-do-do. Reflections of the Chosen. Up there. Sacred Barriers goes over here. Nope. I'm just not lining up these jumps correctly. That's gotta be what's happening. That's terrible. And then fairy language. Well, we all know the language books are over here, so somewhere. Okay. Alchemy, alchemy. Archery. That's nice. Arcane fiscal theory. Ha ha ha. Seduction magic. Come on. Scrying and clairvoyance, that should be... It's a romance novel? Why is the romance novel the same color as all of the clairvoyance guides? That makes no sense. Back over to prophecy. Alchemy guides. Illusion magic. Nope, that doesn't go there. It goes there. Do-do-do-do. Alchemy, herbology. Transfiguration? No, I don't want transfiguration. Kinda want alchemy books right now. That's summoning. Alchemy. Alchemy. Hero summoning from another world. Hey looky, it's an isekai book. Or I guess a how to create an isekai situation book. For those who don't understand the terminology, it is from anime, and it is a very popular anime trope right now where a character either gets killed or summoned and ends up overpowered and in another world. The reason it is called isekai is because that was the name of the first really big manga that had that what became a trope. It is find any remaining volumes of the same title and organize them on the same tier. Did I hit something? Very popular, almost overused. Yeah. Let's be honest, it is completely overused, but some of them are still hilarious. And then some things get labeled as isekai that aren't isekais. So there's that too. My favorite isekai currently is My Next Life is a Villainous All Roads Lead to Doom. It's hilarious. A young lady who has spent most of her life, her very short life, she's still in high school, playing games where your job is to reach the most optimal ending with whichever male lead you choose to pursue in the game. And she actually ends up as the villainess in the story, which is again is another starting to be overused trope, but I love the way this one does it, so I highly recommend going and looking up the anime My Next Life is Villainous, All Roads Lead to Doom. It's amazing. One that occasionally gets thrown around with isekais, but is not in fact an isekai, is a completely different genre. Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Also highly recommend that one. And also, if you're like me and enjoy bonkers, off the wall, ridiculous manga and anime, I also highly recommend one called Problem Children Are Coming from Another Universe, aren't they? Or if you really want to give yourself a brain break, go watch Princess Tutu. I promise you, you won't look at the world the same way again. Or me, probably. I promise you, it's far more bonkers than it looks. It looks like a standard magical girl, and it's really not. If it was, I wouldn't be recommending it. Man, I need to complete another bookshelf, dang it. I need just one more bookshelf completed. Currently watching Borori. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defenses. Yeah, that one's great. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Yeah, I'm somewhere in season 3 of that one. Which is also really good. The Bofori. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. There's also... Oh, my brain just completely splatted. Oh my god, I cannot believe I cannot remember the name of this anime. Apothecary Diaries. I do not often agree with the majority of people that what they are watching is a good anime. However, in this particular case, Apothecary Diaries is popular for a reason. That being said, if you are under the age of 18, I cannot legitimately recommend you go watch it. Do I already have one of those up here? Oh no, I just put it in the wrong spot. Apothecary Diaries is about a young woman who ends up sold into the Inner Palace. And her adventures therein. She herself is something a detective, and she keeps solving mysteries of things that happen. She's also fairly good at pissing people off, so there's that. Why do stocks crash the moment I buy them? I don't know. If I knew that... Ha, that actually moves. Cool. The ultimate guide to otherworldly swear words. Yeah. Keeping track of to watch lists is hard. Then there's things like Detective Conan, which I have seen the first 150 episodes so many times it's probably not funny at this point. And I've seen most of the rest of them at least 4 times. And keep in mind, this particular anime series is well over 1,000 episodes now. I just occasionally go back and rewatch it and catch up to where I am. Yeah, over 1,000 episodes and 20, I believe last count was 28 full-length movies. Even with that said, I do highly recommend it. It is pretty good. Pretty good. No, it is one of my favorite animes. That's one of the ones I've been watching the longest, at least. Ba-doop-a-doop-a-doo. What do I want to do now? There's just so much in this library. I want to find this fairy! I want to find the fairy and clip their wings so they can't do this again. Pissy fairies. Okay. Oh good, I was right, that one goes there. Illusions, healing, archery! Anatomy of the bow and arrow. Grand Compendium of bows and arrows. Or the Grand Compendium of archery is over here. Nope. Ha ha ha. I guess it works well when you can just put them away. I'm going to assume these are absolutely terrible romance novels, like the dime a dozen ones. That I love my mom, but I don't understand why she spends time reading them. I truly don't understand people's obsession with dime store romance novels. I say that, and then I read a ton of fan fiction. Which I know has people looking at me cross-eyed too, so... But then I picked up reading fanfiction because it's free. I don't have to pay for it. And as a college student, I didn't have a hell of a lot of money. Still don't have a hell of a lot of money. Which is why I still read a lot of fanfiction. That and a lot of library stuff. I devour libraries whole. If you don't already, go support your local libraries. They're absolutely necessary. drawing. That's summoning. Already know where that is. Maybe. I am amused that you can pull books out from underneath and not disturb the stacks on top. I wish it worked that way. Really? Is there others of that one already out here? Or did I just put it in the wrong spot? I just put it in the wrong spot. Okay. Hey, I'm remembering where all this stuff goes. Or not. Actually, I think it's more of a case of not remembering what's in my hand. Okay, where is that supposed to go? You know what? Oh, there it is. Alright. Snow? Oh, that's because it's number 7, not number 1. Alright, guys. I want to thank you all for coming. I hope you've had a good night and helping me sort books. I hope you've had fun. Next stream will be Sunday. We will probably get back to Genshin Impact. We'll see how I'm feeling that day. Oh. I hate whatever weather has rolled in. We're in the middle of June and it's freezing cold, and something that I'm allergic to has come with the weather. So this has been fun. So Sunday, probably Genshin Impact. I'll let you know more then. In the meantime, everyone, please have a safe weekend and have fun. Alright, all. Doodles.